Hello and welcome to a short session just to look at how we might keep teaching with Canvas from a distance learning or online perspective. So what we've done here is we've focused in on three of the top tips. Okay, so the top tips we have here for keeping your Canvas course in shape for learning online are: ensure it has an updated welcome page, upload PowerPoints, PDFs, handouts, etc., resources for the students, and then augment that with short video resources, hyperlinks, etc. So I'm going to look at these each one in turn, and I'm going to start with the updated welcome page. So if I go into Canvas, we can see that I've got in front of me the blueprint welcome page. So hopefully this is where you started and you have filled in all of these bits and pieces for this welcome page. But what we might now want to do is to update the students on what the current situation is. So we're thinking here about maybe having to move to a more online environment. So what we might do is we might edit this page and put a new heading at the top. So you could copy one of the ones from down here. So we could just copy Meet the Team. So copy that, go up to the top and give ourselves some space and paste in our Meet the Team. We could then change that to updated guidance. Okay, so we might then say, okay, so each day or each few days, what we're going to do is we're going to advise the students what we're doing. So as we are providing resources online, spell providing properly, than in face-to-face we have added a section to each remaining course or remaining week to say or to provide additional resources. Okay, so we're saying to them we are providing additional resources, and those will be provided week by week. So we're pointing to the fact that we're now moving to more online resources rather than face-to-face lectures, and we're adding a section to each remaining week to provide those additional resources. So what you can do then is you can update that guidance day by day, week by week, so that the students know exactly what's happening. And if you want to give them more specifics as to what you've provided, you could do that. But that means each time the students arrive, so if I save that, each time the students arrive within the course, they have that updated guidance right at the top of the welcome page, and that tells them exactly what's happening at that particular time. If you perhaps don't have a welcome page or removed the welcome page, you can reinsert it by going to View All Pages. So even if you deleted a page from your Canvas course, it doesn't get fully deleted. It'll be in here. So you can find the page that you want to make the welcome page. It may well be that you still have the original welcome page that I had there. It just won't be the front page. If you want to make it the front page, now in my one, I would have to remove it. So I'd have to say, right, remove that as the front page. And then once I'd done that, I can make any other page the front page. So that's grayed out because I've already got a front page. But once I'd removed that other one, I could change my front page to any other page. So what you could also do is, if you didn't have a welcome page, you could just create a new page and then make that the welcome page, so that you have that advice for students right at the front, and that's where they land every time. So every time the students arrive, they would come to the home page, and it would be the one that you have selected as the home page. So that's the first piece of guidance we have, is just have that updated home page at the top. Another way to do that would be to use announcements. So you could go into announcements and you could give some guidance there. So you could say updated guidance. And again, you could put whatever advice you want to give them in there in the announcement. The advantage of this is that you can update it more regularly, so you can just put a new announcement and delete the old one. And once you've done that, that announcement will appear on the top of the home page where the students arrive. So here you have the updated guidance. So you could just put in, instead of putting it directly on the home page, you could put it in announcement. As I said, you can then remove the announcement later on. So let's say the guidance has changed. We can go in and we can remove or delete that guidance and then add a new announcement, and that would come through in the way that we want it. Okay, so that's another way just to keep that updated guidance at the front on the home page so that students know exactly what is happening. Okay, so back to our set of advice here. The second one was to upload PowerPoints, PDFs, handouts, etc. So I mentioned in my session there that we were going to, as it says here, provide extra resources. How might you do that? Well, I'm presuming that you've already got some resources in modules. So if I go to modules within this course, I see that, for example, I have week 1. That might by now be week 10, 11, etc. But you already probably have some content in there. So what you might want to do is add that additional content so that it's clearly delineated from those other items. So I might say, okay, I'm going to add a new page. I'll make it a new page and I'll give it a name. So additional online resources. And I'll add that. Okay, so you've already referenced the fact that you're going to put some additional online resources into the weeks. We then go into it and we can edit it from there. So we press edit up in the top right. We now have the ability to edit. So we could, for example, say the lecture notes for week 1 can be found here. Okay, and here I can make a clickable link. So I said to upload whatever content you've got. So I highlight that and then I go to files. And if you haven't already uploaded the file into your files section, so you do that over on the left here in the files section, but if you haven't done that, you can upload a new file, choose a file, and let's see, I did one earlier, so let's see, there's our lecture 1. Select that and open it. You then choose where you want to save it, so hopefully you've got some folders in there. If not, just save it wherever you feel comfortable, and I will just put it into our course files and upload. Okay, and that now becomes a clickable link. So we've now got the lecture notes embedded here. I could also do that with some tutorial questions or recommended readings or whatever it is that I want. Again, just to show you that again, I highlight it, I go to files, upload a new file, choose the file, and there's some readings. Upload them wherever you want, choose somewhere. There's lecture notes, I'll maybe save those in there, upload it, and then we have it in here. Okay, so uploading that content is fairly straightforward. There shouldn't really be a difficulty in getting that additional content into the page. Now, if you want to go a step further than that, we've said, well, maybe you could augment that by embedding short video resources, adding hyperlinks, etc. Now, in the course that I have here, I could say, in addition, see the video below for a summary of this week's lecture. Okay, and there's a few ways to embed the video. If you want to see all of those ways, you can see the videos that are included on this blog page in the same area where this video is embedded, or also come to one of our webinars where we'll be going through exactly how to record and upload. One of the ways I'll show you is to embed it using MediaSite, which is our QUB area for uploading video. So to do that, I go to my Queen's Online. I go to MediaSite. Now you do need to have an account, but that's easy to get set up. And again, there's information on the blog page. I sign in, and then I find the video I'm looking for. So I've uploaded that previously. And I want to make sure that it's set so that my organization can see it, so the students can go in and actually see the presentation. And then I hit share presentation and embed it. So I'll embed it as a small video. I'll copy that embed code. And then I go back to the page. So I want to put a video in down here, and this is the little button that you want. Insert, edit media, embed, and then paste the code in there. Okay, so if you've created your own video, you can put it in that way. Or if you have video on YouTube that you want to direct them to, you can do the same again. So you can go to YouTube, okay, I can go to a video that we want to share with them. There's one on uploading files. Okay, a few ways to do it, but I can either copy the YouTube link up at the top or get it from the share down here. It's actually a bit simpler because when I go back, I can simply just put in link to URL, or I can insert it and embed it by pasting it into this source. I don't even have to embed, I just paste the link in there for YouTube and it will automatically embed it. So MediaSite, we do have to get the embed code, but for YouTube, we can just do it via that link. Lastly, what if we wanted to get them to read an article? So lastly, read this article on the ACCA website. Okay, so I can just highlight this article and I can make that a link by going link to URL. And then I just go and find the article. So I already have this open in another tab. I go and I say, okay, I want this article. I just copy the URL from up at the top here and I paste it in to that link. Once I insert it, then that becomes a clickable link. Once you're happy with it, then you just hit save and publish. And what we've got is a page of additional resources with lecture notes, tutorial questions, a summary of the lecture, an additional video, and an article that we can link to. Very simple, very straightforward, and it's a way that we can just augment the content that we're giving to the students. So those are some key ways that you can ensure that students get the resources they need. Make sure that you update your welcome page, upload the lecture content that you would have done anyway, the PowerPoints and handouts, etc., and then augment that with video resources, hyperlinks, etc. And hopefully that will give them everything they need to continue their studies.